What's up, legends? Today I'm excited to be showing my entire graded card collection, and for those of you who've been following the Legend of Luke channel, my main channel, for a long time now, you've seen me pick up some of these and grade some of these over the years, but I've never actually shown everything off in one video, so that's what we're going to do here today. So I'm excited to show you some cool cards here from my collection. So first of all, some of you may remember this one if you saw my very first Collecticon video. We have the Reds Pikachu, and we actually got in line and had this signed by Veronica Taylor, who is the voice of Ash Ketchum in the original series. So yeah, very cool one. Got the 9-5 from Beckett, and yeah, honestly I feel like it could have done better than that, but pretty cool to have the signature on there. Maybe someday we'll pick up a 10 as well. But yeah, and guys, by the way, if you're not familiar with my collection, I actually pretty much only collect Beckett cards. So a long time ago I just kind of decided, you know, I wanted to pick a grading card company that's very reputable, where the cards will still maintain their value, but also I wanted to be able to enjoy the cards in their cases. And personally, I'm just not a huge fan of the PSA cases. I feel like they kind of remind me of a medical wristband or something like that, their labels and everything. But you know, I think PSA is great, but just not for me as far as my personal collection. So let's keep going here. We got another very unique one right here. This is the Victory Medal promo from the Battle Road Spring 2008 to 2009, and has been very difficult to find good information about this series right here. But it's my understanding that this was basically local tournaments that went on twice a year. So you have this. Let's see, this one is the spring one, and then you also had an autumn one. And so you'll know the difference, of course, based on what's in the stamp here, but then also the autumn ones had the silver medal here. So these were awarded to winners of those local tournaments. I think they were, you know, could help you potentially qualify for Worlds and kind of up your ranking, I guess, for that year. So yeah, these went on for a couple years. I believe the first one took place in 2007 in the US, and it went on for a couple years. So just kind of a unique one that I found early on, and 8.5 is a pretty good grade, I think, for this one. I think most people just kind of shove these in their pockets after winning that little tournament there. So anyway, we got that right there. And next up, again, we're showing some of the Pikachus to start here, but one I really love. This is the Yokohama Pikachu promo card for Worlds in 2023. Yep, you can kind of see the stamp in gold down there. Really phenomenal card, and this card has started to make moves in recent months, and I've kind of called it very early on. I knew this card would do well, so I've graded a couple, and I think this one I may have ended up buying at one point or another, but I've actually graded some 10s as well. So yeah, love this card. Got it in the good old graded guard. So let's keep it rolling. Next up, continuing with the Pikachu evolution line, we actually have my second favorite Pokemon, and we have a really cool Raichu card, the Raichu EX from EX Sandstorm in a 9. I was pretty stoked to get that in a 9. I think it's pretty solid grade. Edges 10, 9.5, and 9s. Honestly, yeah, I don't know what else is wrong with this one, but there is also a lot of like hollow area that could easily get scratched, so there's probably something on the surface. Yeah, and definitely the surface did get a 9. So, but love that card. Really glad to have that in my collection. We got another Raichu card, the original base set Raichu. Man, gotta love it. I just love that artwork. Very nostalgic for me. And yeah, we got the quad 9s on the subgrades there. And then we've got a BGS 10 of the Mewtwo V-Star from the high class set V-Star Universe. Really cool card. And honestly, I got this because I really like both these cards, this one and then the Charizard version. And It's a little bit actually of a rare card in the Japanese set, at least the Charizard is, I will say. Maybe not the Mewtwo, but yeah, the Charizard is actually a set card in Beastar Universe, unlike Crown Zenith. So yeah, I'm still on the lookout for the Charizard VMAX in a 10. I've graded a couple and could not get any better than a 9.5, so hopefully we'll find that at some point to complete that little mini set there. Next up, we got my favorite card from 151. We got the English Blastoise EX in a 9.5, and you know, I'm okay with the 9.5. Maybe if we can ever find a good deal on a 10, we'll upgrade it, but really solid. It's still kind of ups the value quite a bit, even just for the 9.5, and that's the case for a lot of these cards, because the 9.5 really is kind of a the quality of a PSA 10 in a lot of cases. But obviously people value PSA 10s more, but hey, I don't mind it. I just like how the cases look for Beckett. Kind of looks very premium with the silver and the gold, and of course the black, but we don't have any black labels today. Sorry to disappoint you. I am not really a black label collector so far. Can't quite justify it, but I do like a good pristine 10 when I can find one. So here we go. We got the Espeon GX. Many of you know the story behind this. This is my first really big hit since I got back in the hobby. I picked up a Hidden Fates 10 from Target, the last time I've ever seen it in stores, and we pulled this. Love this card, and I've graded it and regraded it and keeps getting a 9, so I guess that's a 9, but definitely kind of a cool personal story behind that one. And then we have one of my favorite alt arts, the Espeon VMAX. Espeon's become my favorite evolution, and honestly, literally because of pulling this card, it's become my favorite. So, and I love this alt art. So beautiful. We got it in a 9.5. And man, we were really one subgrade off from a 10. A little disappointing on that. I guess we could always GCR it and see if we can upgrade it a little bit. But because we didn't get the 10 on that one, I actually recently picked up this guy right here from I think it was Collecticon Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and yeah, so we just picked this up as the 10. We did a little bit of a trade with my Umbreon EX from Terrestrial Festival in a PSA 10, and yeah, I love this one. Honestly, this is the one that like ever since I first saw this card, like this came in like the EV Heroes Gym box. It's like a promo card in Japanese, and I don't know, when I saw this card, I was like, man, I definitely have to own that. I'm curious real quick just to look at the difference in the texture between these two. You know, they always say Japanese has better texture. It's usually the case. Yeah, I feel like those like rays from the sun are not even visible on the English copy, but very cool, very cool. For some of these cards, it's like, I don't know, like I generally do prefer the English, like having the English copy, but you have to admit the Japanese, that does look better, and it is a little bit easier to get the 10s, at least for Beckett. So I don't know, I haven't quite decided kind of what the consistency of some of my graded card collection will be. I just know that I like some of these artworks and I want them in as high grade as possible. And then ending off this first stack here, we have one that we graded recently. This was actually my childhood holo card, one of the only holos in my childhood collection. And we got the Moltres, or the Blaine's Moltres, in a 9. I was super excited to get this one back, and I'm pretty happy with the 9. It's got a nice swirl down there, a really beautiful card. Alright, let's move on to this stack right here. On top, we have an Evolution alt art, technically a promo in English, but man, these were some of the most stunning alt arts, honestly, that came out in Sword and Shield, and they just released them in promo collection boxes. And I don't know, I decided at one point that I wanted to get all 3 of these, so graded one of them in a 9, found another one just in a 9 for a good deal, so I picked that one up, and we still don't have the Vaporeon. So yeah, love these artworks. I don't know, that's another one, you know, maybe we could even chase it in Japanese. They're more rare in Japanese because they're actually from the EV Hero set in Japan. Oh man, and this is one of my favorite modern cards of all time, the Alakazam EX. Man, such a cool art. Alakazam is pretty cool, underrated, but it's also got the Umbreon and the Lugia chilling behind there, but I just love the gold borders, and everything about this card is great, but it's an incredibly hard card to grade. But even in a 9, it's actually increased the value quite a bit just because of how hard this card is to get in a 10. So yeah, I don't know, I was hoping to get at least like the 9.5 because the gold would match very nicely, but hey, here's where we ended up, and again, it's still a pretty rare card in a 9, so we will take it at least for now. Alright, next up we got a really sick looking card. The Blaziken VMAX was my first alt art pull ever from Sword and Shield from Chilling Reign. Was super excited to get this. I wasn't even a Blaziken fan before it, but this art just stands out so much. And got the 9.5. Kind of got the slightly older labels. I'll show you this real quick because you can kind of tell even between these two, like these labels here from however long ago, they were kind of like a more like, I don't know, matte version of the gold, and where this one you can kind of see it's more of like a brushed look. Yeah, at one point in the last couple years they kind of changed some things a little bit. And of course, I love pretty much all these cards. That's kind of why they kind of make it into the graded collection. But here's one that you can't deny. This is a good card. We got the Stained Glass Birds Hidden Fates promo, and we actually got it in a Beckett 10. I graded this one myself. Found a nice copy, and man, I was so stoked when this one came back. This one is actually one of the more expensive cards in this collection here just because of the grade. We have a couple cards here from this set. So this is actually the Japanese 25th anniversary set, and of course many of you may be familiar with Pokemon Celebrations. This is the Japanese version, but I just I've always loved the Japanese version quite a lot better, the cards, just because a lot of reasons. Like, first of all, this little 25th stamp on there, it looks really cool, a lot better than the little Pikachu stamp we got in English. And then also a lot of these have the holographic borders as well. And yeah, of course, this is a very noteworthy artwork, a very expensive card for the original copy, but figure, man, we'll probably never be able to afford that, but at least I can get the Japanese version here of the reprint. So got that in a 10. And because I love these cards so much, I had to get the big three. We got the Venusaur in a 10. We got the Blastoise. Again, and these look so cool, especially like the blue and the gold combination. Like, they look so good. And then, of course, we got the big guy, the Charizard. So cool. So good. And this actually kind of brings us into our Charizard portion of the collection. Got a couple ones here. This is one that I just ended up buying outright because it was a pretty decent deal at the time, and it's my only copy of this. I don't have this one raw, but we got the Hidden Fates Charizard GX, the main chase from Hidden Fates, and just a 9, but you know, it was actually a little bit more, I feel like it was a little cheaper than the raw copy when I first bought this, and yeah, it's even gone up since I bought that, so glad to have it. You know, maybe I don't know, we could crack it out and put it in the binder because we don't actually have that card for my Hidden Fates binder, but for now, there it is. Hey, another cool one from a couple years ago. This one was kind of like a really hyped up card, but one I've always still really liked. So we got the Special Delivery Charizard, which you got from the Pokemon Center. Yeah, I don't know what these cards have done lately, but I don't know, I feel like it's still a really cool card. Very difficult to grade though. Just got the 9 on this one, so oh yes, definitely one of my favorite modern Charizards. We have the Charizard VMAX from Shining Fates and a Beckett 10. Beautiful. Pulled the trigger on that one at Card Party last year. And then to wrap up at least this portion of the Charizard collection, we graded this one pretty recently, the CD promo. Really cool. You got a little swirl kind of behind his arm there. And a 9. A 9 is really solid for this card. So good. We'll definitely be trying to complete that set, get all the the big three for those. So one of my goals is actually to collect all of the hollow Shadowless cards in a Beckett slab. Now at this point in time, just because these cards are not cheap and not easy to grade, I've kind of settled for just whatever high grade that I can get. I'm just trying to at least complete the set first. Maybe at some point, maybe later down the road, we'll try and upgrade these, but I feel like we've got still some solid grades for how old these cards are and how kind of hard to come by they are. So we got the Shadowless Clefairy to start in an 8. So pretty happy with the 8 for most of these cards. We got the Magneton as well in an 8. Got the Chansey in a 7. I think I might have just bought this one. Most of these I graded myself, but I think I just found this one. And Chansey is one of the hardest base set cards to grade. Then we've got the Ninetales as well in an 8. Great artwork, gotta love that. Well, we got the Machamp in an 8.5, so we got a little bit better grades on this one. Pretty sick. This is also a very nostalgic card for me because I think a lot of us had that one little starter deck that came with the Machamp, and you know that's where this came from. At some point I must have traded it away for one of my holo cards that I had in my childhood collection, like the Moltres, like I showed you before, but I did own this card at one point in time. So got the 8.5. Oh, another awesome one here. We got the Shadowless Raichu, and I just love seeing like the variation in the colors. Shadowless just hits different in that way because obviously it's missing the shadow from the border, but it's also very different coloration than the base set Unlimited that a lot of us are kind of a little more accustomed to. They almost feel like shiny variants in a lot of ways, just seeing like the different coloration. Next up, we got the Zapdos in an 8, and definitely the cleanest out of all these. The one that I've got the best grade on so far is the Gyarados. I mean, I love how this card looks, and honestly, I don't quite understand even why this got a 9. I feel like this one should have even got a 9.5, but you know, they're probably going to be stricter with some of these older cards. They kind of have population control, I feel like, for some of these companies. Now Beckett, I think they don't mind giving you 9s on vintage cards, but I don't think I've gotten a 9.5 on any vintage cards that I've graded so far, but hey, 9s are great. And next up we have, I think this may have been the first Shadowless card I picked up, and so it's a little bit more beat. You can see it's a 6, the Venusaur. You kind of see the stuff on the back, so it's a little more beat up on the back, but still a really beautiful looking card. But this is one that I probably will upgrade sooner than later. And then we got Big Man Blastoise. I love the colors on these. Looks so good. And this one was a 7.5, but pretty solid. I think I actually bought this one outright as well, and you can definitely see some issues on the back, but 7.5 is not bad. It's going to be one of the more expensive ones from this set. And then our last one. No, we don't have the Charizard yet. Someday. And that one, again, that's the reason why I just can't be super picky about the grades and getting them all the same grade. But anyway, we do have a really cool one though to end off, the Mewtwo. And we got an 8.5 on it. So definitely one of our better grades for our Shadowless little holo master set that we're going for. Well, I really appreciate you guys sticking with me for the video so far. I hope you're enjoying seeing these cards. If you are, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button below to come along the collecting journey with me. This is a brand new channel that I started, so if you're subscribed over on Legend of Luke, then come on over here. We're going to post some videos over here as well. And also, before we get back into our graded cards here, I do want to show you these really cool stands and cases from Collect 3D. They're really nifty. You basically just stick your cards in like this. They've got these pegs that swing out like so. You can display your cards very nicely. If you guys decide you want to check these out, they have graciously offered my subscribers 15% off. So check out the link in the description and use code LEGEND at checkout to get that discount. But anyway, thanks Collect3D for always supporting the channels. All right, let's keep it rolling here though. We actually have something a little different. You may have spotted this and thought, what is that? Well, this is my one PSA card in my personal collection. Why? It's because this was actually gifted to me. This is the very first card, our graded card, that I ever owned. Someone just on my channel just sent me this at one point in time a couple years ago. I'll be honest, I feel bad about this. I don't even remember who sent it to me. If you're still watching, if you're still hanging with me on the channel, first of all, I appreciate you, but please make yourself known in the comments. But I just wanted to at least let you know that I still do have this card. I still really cherish it, and honestly, this is a card that I did get as a kid going to see Pokémon the first movie, so very nostalgic card for me. So yeah, that'll probably never leave my collection. But here we go, we're getting down to our last couple cards here, but here's one that I don't think I've ever shown off on the camera before, but one of my favorite cards, most nostalgic cards of all time, the Ancient Mew, and we got it in a 9.5, so really solid, great for this. I love how the gold matches the borders here, and this one is very interesting. I actually got this for, I think, a pretty decent deal, and there's probably a reason for that, but it's one that doesn't really bother me that much. But you'll see that this is actually mislabeled. So it says Pokemon Promos Mirage Pokemon Lugia's Explosive Birth Movie, which actually is the name for the Japanese version of the movie, the Pokemon 2000 as we know it. And it also mentions that it is the Ancient Mew corrected holo, which is, yeah, not correct. Like, this is not the Japanese version, and quite frankly, if it had been the corrected Japanese version, this would be a very expensive card. But this is in fact the English card. Hey, we'll take it because we got the 9.5, a really clean card. I've tried grading a couple of these before and just I can't get any better than a 9. Actually, I don't even know if I got better than an 8.5. So, but it does have a cool little swirl down there, so that's pretty sweet. Yeah, man, this card just gives all the feels. Such a unique card. All right, let's keep it rolling. Oh yes, that's right. So we graded these recently, my big 3 base set cards, and man, the Blastoise didn't do so hot. We got a 7.5 on that one. That's one I definitely will be looking for a better copy of original eventually. But we did get a 9 on the Venusaur, so I was pretty thrilled about that. Man, love these cards. And here we go. We got our base set Charizard. And this one got an 8.5, which, you know, I was really hoping for the 9, but 8.5 is pretty solid. Maybe someday we'll upgrade it, but this is a great copy. I knew when I picked this one up that this was a pretty solid copy. It definitely has some whitening, so it's like you kind of understand it, but it's just a gorgeous card. I just can't get enough of seeing this original Arita artwork. And for those of you who know me, you might be wondering, where are the Dragonite cards? Well, here we are. We're there. We saved the best for last. And to be honest, guys, I don't actually have a huge graded Dragonite card collection yet. I'm hoping to change that at some point, but yeah, we've definitely picked up certain cards for our master set, but just got a couple ones here to show you. This was actually, I think, the first graded card I ever bought. We got the Dragonite EX, and it was pretty cheap. It was like 30 bucks for the 9.5, and yeah, I love that matching gold from XY Evolution. This is a great card, underrated artwork. Next up, we have the Dragonite Holo. Beautiful artwork, just the classic. This one actually was a pickup for my friend Logan, and so was happy that it got the 9. I think that's pretty solid. And honestly, one of my favorite Dragonite cards. It's a really just unique one here. We got the Dragonite Delta species. Like, this one is sick. Look at that. The cool thing about this one has, like, you'll see some like kind of setting in the background. Like I think a lot of the Delta species cards from this set, they have a similar background. I think it might be of like a power plant or something like that. And so it's kind of cool to see how they all connect. But they have a non-stamp version, which is the regular holo. This is technically called the reverse holo. But yeah, I like the stamped version. It's quite a lot better. Such a good card. And guys, ending off with, I don't know, quite possibly my favorite card in my collection. It's hard to pick a favorite, but when people ask me what my favorite card is, this is usually what I say. We got the Game Boy promo Dragonite with an amazing swirl on there, graded a 9. Man, I don't know, this card just hits. That swirl and everything looks so good. And of course the original Ken Sugimori artwork of Dragonite. Yeah, I just gotta love it. But guys, that is it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below of my collection. You know, nothing crazy, but you know, it's coming along. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing the video. Hit that like button, subscribe below, and check out one of these other videos here on screen you may enjoy as well. I'll catch you guys next time.